Imagine, just for a moment, what the meal delivery systems of the 21st century might be like. Imagine being able to heat a pellet base evenly, consistently, to the perfect holding temperature in the time it takes to count to 10, and to maintain the proper temperature for more than an hour. Imagine that instead of having an entire kitchen full of bulky, power-guzzling pellet heaters, you need only one very small heat activator. Imagine a system that needs no heat-up time, that can provide heat on demand at the flip of a switch. Imagine being able to assemble hot meals with less heat in the kitchen. Imagine a heating unit that's cool to the touch and bases you can handle without burning your fingers. Imagine a pellet-based system that makes the whole food service operation much more efficient and reduces the complexity of the tasks of getting hot food to patients. Imagine an end to temperature complaints with patient satisfaction levels going up. Well, now you can stop dreaming. Because thanks to Aladdin, the 21st century is here today.
The heat-on-demand system has made my job a lot easier. It's taken all the guesswork out of it.
In the morning time, I know that the pellets are going to be hot when they reach the breakfast tray line.
No other meal delivery system can do as much for your operation and your patients as Heat on Demand. No other system today applies 21st century technology to solve heat retention problems the way Aladdin does. Like no other system today, Heat on Demand is based on induction heating. Heat is actually generated inside the pellet base through means of a heat activation unit, as compared to a conventional pellet heater which uses hot air. This makes the system incredibly efficient. And as soon as the pellet base is removed, the heating process is complete. Now, with Heat on Demand, you can literally assemble meals on demand. Because instead of taking 90 minutes to heat a pellet base, Heat on Demand does it in 10 seconds consistently. There's no waiting, no warm-up time, no need to make sure someone remembers to turn on a pellet heater an hour and a half to 2 hours before mealtime, or rush to return the bases for lunch in time to be fully heated. It's ready when you are. You just place the base in position on the heat activator, and when the light turns green, the base is ready in only 10 seconds. And that's only one way that Heat on Demand is revolutionizing meal preparation. Along with saving time, Heat on Demand also saves a lot of other things, like space. Since instead of multiple big bulky units to heat your pellets, you'll now need only one activator for your tray line. Save money as well, since the system uses 75% less electricity than standard pellet heaters when compared to heating 90 bases on a standard base heater for 2 hours. And you'll save on maintenance too, since there are no latches, springs, or hinges that can break or need replacing. Meanwhile, the system provides more consistent heating. Heat on Demand provides each base with precisely the same amount of heat, eliminating the inconsistencies caused by airflow in base heaters, as well as the inconsistencies brought on by bases taken out of the heater prematurely. And thanks to full foam insulation, Heat on Demand also keeps foods at the proper temperature for over an hour, plenty of time to assure a hot meal for your patients. Yet the heat doesn't transfer to cold food items. It's on-demand heat when you want it and where you want it. Since the heat is surrounded by insulation, the base needn't be heated to the temperatures that might scorch or dry out food. The heat is just enough to assure hot food. Your employees will appreciate Heat on Demand too, because it doesn't emit heat into your kitchen, and it greatly reduces any risk of being burned. The base's sidewalls are cool to the touch. You don't have to reach into a conventional base heater to handle pellet bases anymore. You don't even need gloves.
I consider this to be a much safer operation than the one we had before. We don't have to worry about burning our hands. The patients don't have to worry about touching the rims and burning themselves. It's much safer.
On top of everything else, Heat on Demand is easier to clean and store, since there are fewer component pieces to handle and no pellet undershield. You'll never again have to scour conventional base heaters for trash and food debris. The system practically operates itself. There's less risk of human error, which might be caused by not turning on the pellet base heaters in time or not getting all the bases returned to the kitchen in time for the next meal. All of which makes Heat on Demand the easiest meal delivery system to operate and the easiest to manage.
The Heat on Demand system requires a lot less steps than we were doing.
The Heat on Demand system requires much less maintenance than our old traditional pellet system.
Heat on Demand is much easier. All we have to do is take a damp cloth, wipe it off. It's simple.
With Heat on Demand, we've eliminated cold food problems, patient complaints, hot kitchens, burned hands, scorched food, high energy bills, and excessive floor space. Yes, every other pellet-based system has become obsolete. Heat on Demand is a total meal delivery system. From equipment that is designed with your comfort as a top priority to a full line of equipment to complete the package. Because, like never before, it has now become possible for you to better prepare and serve meals, better serve your employees, your bottom line, and most of all, your patients. It's nothing short of a revolution, and it's only from Aladdin. Put Heat on Demand to the test in your kitchen, and put yourself on the fast track to the 21st century.